Yo, what's going on, guys? So, welcome back to episode, I believe, number 6 of Toxic Talks. This one is a bit of a doozy. Not too much in terms of gaming news to talk about. Um, we're 3 weeks ish, 3.5 weeks away from Talandre being released, but there really isn't too much going on in terms of Throne. I mean, in the past week, we've had our auction houses merged, and then in what is it, 2 weeks time or something like that, we're going to be getting our server merges together. But beyond that, I don't know too much of any content releases happening. We're getting a new battle pass, but uh, we're sort of just on I guess I would call it autopilot mode for Throne and Liberty, just to prep and all that good stuff. There really isn't too much to talk about in terms of that. However, there is something that uh I think I haven't really talked about in terms of my streaming career, that I think is a cool little thing that I've come across as a content creator and streamer. But basically, we're almost coming up on our 4-year anniversary, I believe, of streaming, which is kind of crazy. And sort of just looking back at how it's gone and whatnot, I've met some very, very, very interesting content creators, I guess I should say. More specifically, I met some pretty big content creators in my line of work, which is really, really cool. I never thought that that would happen until I guess I got really, really big. But if I look back upon how I've gone about it, um, not too many in terms of Call of Duty, like meeting. However, in Call of Duty, I did end up in Warzone. I did end up getting into a game with Swag and Face Swag and Biffle, and I ended up actually destroying them. Not that this is a flex or anything, but I thought that was a cool moment in time. New World, I wouldn't say there was anything terribly crazy in terms of content creators that I was on a personal basis. I will say I was friendly with your boy Willie. If you guys know him, he's a pretty cool dude. And I think that's pretty much it for New World. Then on Tarkov, I met, which is actually really, really crazy. When I was first starting Tarkov out and I was really, really shit at the game, I ended up meeting Tiggs in a game. If you guys don't know him, he's a really, really big content creator for Tarkov. And it was actually such a hysterical situation at how it happened. If any of you guys know anything about Tarkov, um, I was playing with some buddies of mine and they had to do, I think, the Golden Pocket Watch quest. And I was at dorms and they were like, we're going to go do this, but we're going to come back and take car extract. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait here. I'll make sure nobody else takes car extract and yada, yada, yada. Tiggs ends up showing up to dorms and he's like, why you ratting? Why you ratting? Not that he's cheating, but I think I shot at someone before and he heard it. And I'm like, push me, bitch, push me, bitch. Obviously, he pushed me. He absolutely fucking annihilated me, but he found that to be hysterical. And he ended up coming to the stream and he's like, why are you ratting? And I'm like, I'm not. I was just waiting for my friends so we could take a car extract because they're doing a quest. And then he checked the VOD. He's like, oh, no worries. And he said, GG. And it was a really, really cool thing to happen. And then after that, it was War Thunder. War Thunder, I actually met some really interesting people. One of my favorite War Thunder content creators, Justin, I ended up getting into a game with him. He doesn't really talk too much in chat though, so it was what it is. But one of the big ones that I met on War Thunder, and I actually had a really nice conversation with, was Oddboz. And if you guys don't know him, he's a UK content creator. He used to be a streamer. That I found out, but this is an extraordinarily funny story because I had no idea who he was, but he ended up donating to the stream, and as you guys can see from like the stream running in the background, or the VOD, I should say. I have recent subscribers, I have donations, or the two different types of donations, and follower. Well, he was up there for 2 days, and I didn't know exactly who he was, but one of my followers came in and was like, "Is that the real Oddballs that donated?" And I'm like, "Who the heck is he? Who the heck is he?" And they're like, "Oh, he's a big YouTuber." And I'm like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Let me double check." So I did some digging into the donation and figuring out who Oddballs was, and we actually ended up finding out that it was in fact the real Oddballs. And I was like, "Holy shit, that's so cool!" And then eventually he ended up, I think, following about a week later, and my chat was going crazy. They were like, "Oh my god, it's Oddboss, it's Oddboss," and I'm just like, let's relax. Let's make sure we don't scare him off. He's a human being. He just wants to be treated like one." And we ended up having a conversation. We talked about streaming, how he used to be a content creator for streaming, but then he switched over to just YouTube, and it was a really fun time. Like a really like most of my interactions with really big content creators have been very, very positive, and I will say I really do enjoy when it happens. Not just because it sort of, I don't want to say gives me validation or just gives me the warm fuzzy feelings, but like like a lot of people try to disconnect like celebrities, I guess you would say, from like being normal human beings, and they're just normal human beings. Like, don't get me wrong, like obviously they have some sort of popularity, but like when you go back to the core of it, I mean they're just people trying to make a living and do it in a I guess artistic kind of way. So it's really nice when I end up meeting them. They're really, really cool people. But I don't know why I haven't really talked about that until now. But yeah, I was just thinking about it, looking back on 4 years of streaming that's coming up here shortly within a few months. Pretty cool times. Um, Now, the final thing that I want to talk about, or think is interesting to talk about, is again, I don't like getting into politics, but it's good to know the news of what's going on in the world, especially what's going on in your own country. But if anybody's been keeping up, uh, Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency, recently made by the Trump administration and headed by Elon Musk, has been doing some crazy shit recently. I don't know if you guys have seen the long grocery list of expenses um, that Doge is cutting back on. And again, I'm not going to say whether it's good or bad. That is up to you to make that decision. That's where we draw the line on what becomes politics and not. But basically, if you guys see how much money is being spent on just left, right, and center of what's going on, it's really incredible, to the point that everyone is talking about it. Um, oh boy, if like again, I'm not gonna go into if it's right or wrong, but when you see like just the amount of money for what is going on, you're just like, holy shit, no wonder we're, what is it, like 2 trillion in the deficit every single year. Like it's absolutely remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable. Like just like right now, like as you guys can hear, like I'm just trying to grasp around my head like just exactly what it is that's going on. But I will say this, like at the end of the day, hopefully with all the stuff that's being cut back on, um people are able to hold on to more of their money. This goes for literally everybody. The more money people get to hold on to, the more luxury items that they are able to acquire for themselves, and hopefully everyone gets to do that. And uh hopefully, I can't say whether or not it's going to be a positive impact, but I hope it has a positive impact on people's lives. um just absolutely bonkers. And Well, we at least we haven't gotten to the crazy stuff. I've seen some things on YouTube and Instagram Reels and TikTok about, like, we haven't even got to Pentagon spending. We haven't even gone to the Medicare spending, like stuff that could quite literally be in the trillions upon trillions of dollars of what Doge finds to be wasteful spending. Like, can you just imagine? And I think I did the math somewhere on stream. I don't remember exactly, but I was like, if if they were to like, and this was sort of just on the hot, like I just did like a mid grade and then like the extreme. If they got rid of taxes completely, I'm pretty sure think I calculated it to be an average of people taking home $33,000 a year. So say we were to cut our budget in half, taking home an extra $15,000 a year for the average individual, that would be kind of fucking crazy. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize how much $15,000 could impact people. Like, look at it like this: people are living paycheck to paycheck. Like, the majority of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now. If we were to give them an extra $15,000 a year, this is the year, by the way, that would equate to a little over $1,000 a month. Technically speaking, the majority of people wouldn't have to be living paycheck to paycheck every single month or every single week, and that would be just absolutely incredible. But it's just like, it's just so hard to have my mind wrap around this subject. Just looking at how much money is being spent on everything, and like, again, whether you agree with it or not, it's, I think everyone can agree that the amount of money that we spend is just in the stratosphere, just in the stratosphere. Um, but yeah, there's that. Um, there isn't really too much to talk about video games coming out. I mean, there's this like RPG game that came out. I forget what it's called. That I've seen like Jev play. But there isn't really too much coming out right now that I'm currently interested in. But I will say that I think I've seen a few things. I don't know if they're, I guess you would say, release dates, or if they're just like teased in the sense, but 2025 I believe is going to shape out to be an incredible fucking year for video games. Like, I think we're going to be going back to basically what the golden age of video games was back in like 2012. Like, it's going to be crazy. When I get more news on that, you guys best know I'm going to be sharing it with you. But currently, right now, it's just teased. We know GTA 5 is coming out in the fall. You know, Borderlands 4 is coming out sometime in 2025. Don't know about Elder Scrolls 6. I'm still waiting for Elder Scrolls 6. These motherfuckers teased us how long ago? Almost 6 years, almost 7 years ago, something like that. And we still have yet to get jack shit in terms of any like release date for Elder Scrolls 6, and that is the game that I'm really like, I've been waiting for since Skyrim. I've been waiting for since Skyrim. Um but we'll see what happens. Like I said, when I get news, you guys know I'll be sharing it with you. But other than that, that's basically how the week has been. There hasn't really been too much. I mean, obviously, we're living in a crazy time, but as the weeks go on in terms of gaming, well, you guys will have more news. And again, we're close to Talandre. Once Talandre comes out, like, I'll have so much to freaking talk about. But right now, again, it's just autopilot mode, so we'll see what happens. But I think other than that, that is all I have for you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode of Toxic Talks. Hope it was calming. I hope it was entertaining. But other than that, I hope each and every one of you guys has a wonderful, wonderful day. And as always, take care. And I'll talk to you guys later.